Welcome to MMAPlay365. I'm Newsome and I'm here to give you a base AI recap from our UFC prediction software from last weekend's event at UFC Vegas 78. Overall, the straight pick prediction accuracy from base AI was 69%. That's 9 correct winners out of 13 fights. But inside this recap, we've also got one of the most craziest recaps from the predictions that base AI gave out that I've ever come across, and there's one real factor in that prediction as well, which is just absolutely insane. That'll be the last one that I talk about, so if you're wanting to listen to that one specifically, then make sure you either listen through. If you're nice, if you're not nice, then obviously skip through and just listen to the end one. Of course, I'm joking, but we're going to get straight into those recaps from the predictions from base AI right now. And of course, as always, we start in the value section. And the first value spot we're going to talk about is AJ Dobson versus Tafon Nchukwi. Now, AJ Dobson was the base AI dog of the week and the $1.99 money back guarantee dog of the week available at MMAPlay365.com. And AJ Dobson did the job. Base AI said AJ Dobson to win was 62%. At 62%, the odds implied to that is minus 163. So base AI is saying that AJ Dobson should be a minus 163 moderate favourite against Tafon Nchukwi. But you go to the bookies, and there was a variety of different numbers you could have got from, the start of fight week to the beginning of fight night to the event starting, but you'd have roughly got an average around plus 125 on AJ Dobson. So that's a serious amount of value that base AI is providing there, because base AI is saying that Dobson should be a minus 163 moderate favourite, and instead you're getting a plus number, a plus money underdog. So real good value, real good win from Dobson. I actually thought Nchukwi was going to be too much for Dobson, especially after the weight miss as well. I definitely thought Nchukwi would have his way, but Dobson wins, base AI wins. A lot of value and a good prediction. And the next value spot we're going to talk about is a fight where I went head-to-head with base AI. And of course, I came up short once again, which does seem to happen more often than not. We've got Vicente Luque versus Rafael Dos Anjos. I, of course, bet Dos Anjos. Base AI liked Luque. So Luque to win, base AI had at 54%. At 54%, it is pretty much a coin flip, but the odds implied is minus 117. So base AI is saying that Luque should be just very, very, very slightly outside of a dead even pick'em. And at 54%, it's a coin flip, but you go to the bookies, and that's where we always do our work. And you look at the minus 117 that base AI is saying that Luque should be, and instead you're getting anywhere from plus 130 to plus 105. It would have just depended where and when you bet throughout fight week. But yeah, the lowest price you'd have got is around plus 105 and the highest plus 130, which again, base AI is saying that there shouldn't be a plus figure, a plus symbol next to Luque's odds. But you could have got that plus money underdog on Luque. So again, another good prediction from base AI. Luque won comfortably, a lot of value, and yeah, a good prediction overall from base AI there. Now we go to the solid winners section, and we're going to start with Blackshear versus Jose Johnson. Now, Blackshear to win base AI had at 59%. At 59%, the odds implied is minus 144, so base is saying that Blackshear should be a slight to moderate favourite in the fight. Now, depending on when you bet Blackshear, Blackshear opened at like minus 350. All the money came in on Johnson. Blackshear was sitting around minus 175, and then all the money came back in on Blackshear, and he closed at around minus 300 again. So even if he'd have took the best line at minus 175, there wasn't value from where base AI was saying that Blackshear should have been to where he was at the bookies. So then we can go one step further. Blackshear to win inside the distance. Now, Blackshear to win inside the distance is the KO and submission percentages added together, and that equals 43%. Now, at 43%, the odds implied is plus 133, and at the bookies, you'd have got plus 125 on Blackshear to finish Jose Johnson. So again, although we're now looking at plus money and the value is starting to, the implied probability and the actual bookies odds are starting to close up a little bit, there's still not too much value in Blackshear to win inside the distance or by finish, whichever one that your bookie's word for you. So then we go one step further, Blackshear to win by submission. And of course, he did win by submission, a phenomenal twister submission as well. It's only the third one that we've seen in the UFC. But Blackshear to win by submission, 33%. So there's only 10% difference between the submission and the inside the distance, which means the knockout is roughly around 10%. So Blackshear submission, 33%. Odds implied there is plus 203. And you got anything up to around plus 195. So again, although everything is closing up a little bit, if you are looking at getting actual value, there's not too much value there. If you're looking just to make some fun parlays and you're just wanting to throw something into a long parlay, drop $20 on it and hope to win $2,000 back, then of course these are the types of bets that you can, or types of picks that you can put into that parlay, the Blackshear win or inside the distance or by sub if you're brave enough to do that. So there is still ways to bet all of these. It's just if you're a long-term gambler that's looking to get actual value over the bookie, then that fight wasn't for you, and it's probably enough to make you pass. But like I say, a fun gambler would have had a lot of fun with that Damone Blackshear pick for sure. Next up, this is the mental one. This is the one that I teased on the main podcast, the Breakdowns and Predictions podcast, and I teased at the start of this Bays AI recap as well. We've got Marcus McGhee versus JP Bays. Now, Bays AI, Marcus McGhee, 81%. So Bays AI was saying that, look, Marcus McGhee has got a insane chance of winning this fight, a very high percentage chance of winning this fight. I don't think it's the highest one that we've ever had. I think the highest one was like maybe 89%. I can't remember who that was, but I do know that Cody Durden was also around this percentage against JP Bays as well. So Bays really doesn't like JP Bays for some reason. But Marcus McGhee to win at 81%, the odds implied there, minus 426. If you're actually looking to bet McGhee straight, I mean, me personally, I don't really bet anything over like minus 350 because then you're in territory that's very, volatile for how much variance there is in MMA. But minus 426 is what Bays AI is saying McGhee should be. And you'd have got anything from minus 400 down to minus 295. So weirdly, even at minus 426 implied probability from Bays AI's prediction at 81%, you've actually got some value there, which is crazy. Now we're going to go one step further. We're going to go inside the distance. So again, you had your knockout TKO and your submission percentages together and you get 80%. So now there's less than 1% difference between McGhee to win inside the distance and McGhee to win outright. At 80%, the odds implied there is minus 400. Again, compare it to the minus 426 for the money line of McGhee. So minus 400, the odds implied on 80%. You go to the bookies, you're getting anything from minus 200 to minus 225. So again, you're now getting a ton more value. You're getting a better betting line, a better ticket. And McGhee to win inside the distance at minus 200 when Bays is saying should be minus 400 at 80% is insane value. But we're going to go again, one step further. McGhee to win by KO TKO, 61%. So Bays AI is saying for McGhee to win by knockout, 61%. Odds implied, minus 156. Odds at the bookies, minus 150 to minus 135. So the value is shortened up a little bit, but there's still value there nonetheless. We're going to go another step further though. McGhee to win by KO TKO in round 1 specifically. And the percentage prediction there was 40%. Odds implied at 40%, plus 150. Odds at the bookies, plus 185. So again, you've got value there as well. So at the minute, this is a gem. This is what I describe specifically as a gem prediction from Bays AI because it's got the winner by McGhee to win outright. It's got McGhee to win inside the distance, correct? It's got McGhee to win by KO TKO, correct? It's got McGhee to win by KO TKO round 1, correct? And not only that, there's value on every single implied probability from Bays AI's prediction compared to the bookies' odds. But we're going to go one step further, and this is one of the craziest things I've ever seen with Bays AI. So, again, as I always say, there's different ways to use Bays AI, and one of the ways I introduced a couple of weeks ago was fight doesn't go to a decision. So if you don't want to pick a specific side and you just want to say, hey, I don't think the fight's going to go to a decision, somebody's going to get finished, I don't care who it is, I don't want to sweat fighter A or fighter B, I just want to bet that the fight doesn't go to the scorecards. That is a market available at pretty much every bookies. And how you calculate that, and I'll use this fight specifically from Base AI, is you add together Marcus McGhee KO TKO, Marcus McGhee submission, JP Bay's KO TKO, JP Bay's submission. So you add those 4 percentages together and you get 99.57%. So Base AI is almost, and I say almost very dramatically, Base AI is almost 100% confident that this fight does not go to the scorecards. Now, the odds for 99.57% is minus 23156, so you're looking at 230 to 1, which is, it's just mental. Like, it's numbers I'd never thought I'd ever say. And if you actually go to the bookies to bet fight doesn't go to the distance, or doesn't go the distance, doesn't go to the scorecards, someone gets finished, you're looking at anywhere from minus 500 to minus 370, which is probably the biggest value spot I've ever seen on Base AI, and I'm not sure we're ever going to have it again. Just insane. Words can't even describe my thoughts when I was putting this recap together and I was looking at the numbers. 99.57% on this fight doesn't go to the scorecards, 230 to 1, and you're getting a 3 to 1, 5 to 1 ticket. Insane. And that's all for this recap. We're going to be back again next week for the blockbuster UFC 292 card with Sterling versus O'Malley, Zhang versus Amanda Lemos for the 2 UFC championship fights next weekend. And again, Base AI will have all those predictions this week and we'll recap it again exactly where we're at this time next week. I'm Newsome. Thanks for listening and we'll see you again next week.